Hello and welcome to Unacademy IAS, a one-stop destination for all the English medium civil services aspirants. Yesterday, Hindenburg Research put up a tweet saying that very soon something big would be revealed on India. And at around 10 p.m., they published one more report wherein there are certain allegations regarding Mrs. Madhabi Buch, who is the current chairperson of Securities Exchange Board of India. In this video, let's try and understand what are the allegations and what is the background story which has led to this particular report. Back in the year 2023, in the month of January, Hindenburg came out with a report where a lot of allegations were made regarding the functioning of Adani Group of enterprises. The major allegation was that the Adani Group of enterprises have manipulated their stock prices, and this manipulation has been done by using the financial institutions which have been set up in multiple tax havens. In that particular report, the brother of Mr. Gautam Adani, that is Mr. Vinod Adani, was also said to be one of the very important architects of this stock manipulation. After that, investigations have been conducted by SEBI, and though it has been more than 18 months since the publication of report, so far, at least in the public domain, there is no reporting whether SEBI has found something that is wrong done by Adani Group of enterprises, and there is also no reporting regarding any action taken on Adani enterprises. In the month of June 2024, SEBI sent a show cause notice to Hindenburg asking regarding certain actions that have been undertaken by Hindenburg Research. And it also raised certain questions regarding the activities which have been conducted by the same. The reply was provided by Hindenburg, and after that, yesterday, one more report has been published by Hindenburg, which is again associated, not entirely regarding Adani Group of companies, but something associated with the Adani Group of enterprises stock manipulation, the allegations that were conducted or given last year. Now, what are the important allegations and the important issues associated with that? The first very important allegation is that Ms. Madhuri Buch and her husband, Mr. Dhaval Buch, understand this? Both of them opened an account and through that account invested in a financial institution which is set up outside India in a tax haven, that is IPE plus Fund 1 on 5th of June 2015. And it is to be noted that this financial institution was set up by Mr. Anil Ahuja, who was one of the directors at that point of time in the Adani Group of companies. Point number 2, associated with the same, it is also important to note that it is the same IPE plus Fund 1 entity which is also alleged to be involved in the stock manipulation which has been raised as a concern by the Hindenburg report back in the year January 2023. The model that was used by these institutions is that it is said that Mr. Vinod Adani had certain entities, and through those entities, the funds were invested into the Global Dynamic Opportunities Fund, GDOF, which was set up in one more tax haven, that is Bermuda. And from this financial institutions, the funds were routed into IPE plus Fund 1. And from this fund, the funds were routed into India to manipulate the shares of Adani Group of companies. So this is one very important allegation that was done by the Hindenburg report last year in 2023. Now, the allegation which has been made by the recent report is that why is that the Buch couple had to open their funds and invest in one more fund, that is IP plus Fund 1, which is set up in a tax haven. Did they not find any kind of mutual funds or financial institutions in India to invest? Again, I hope you understand this. All these are allegations, and I'm pretty sure going forward in the next couple of days, there will be a lot of back and forth regarding the allegations as well as clarity regarding the allegations which are provided by both the parties. That will happen. Let's try and understand the allegations here. So first one is, why did they have to use these kind of, let's say, investment routes to invest back in India? Did they not find any kind of mutual funds in India to invest directly? And second, if SEBI had conducted the investigations properly into all the funds which had routed their investments into India to manipulate the stock, did they not find out that Mrs. Madhabi Buch also had invested in one of the funds which is alleged to be involved in the stock manipulation of Adani Group of companies? So is it not a mismanagement of the investigations conducted by SEBI then? That is one allegation. Second allegation is, understand this, there was one more financial institution that was set up back in the year 2013 in Singapore by name of Agora. And in this Agora Partners institution, the ownership, that is a stake, was held by Mrs. Madhabi Buch. But please understand this, after a certain number of years, Mrs. Madhabi Buch joins SEBI, and in the year 2022, March 2022, she becomes the chairperson of Securities Exchange Board of India. The allegation here is there is a conflict of interest which should not have happened if all the things were taken care of. That is, on one side, Madhabi Buch is the owner of a financial institution, Agora Partners, and on the other side, she is the chairman of the regulatory authority which looks into the stock market where such financial institutions generally invest. Although she had the ownership for somewhere around 20 days, but now the concern is it not the conflict of interest? Should this have not been addressed even before becoming a chairman of SEBI? Did she not know well before, at least couple of days before, that she would be taking up the role of a chairman of SEBI and not taken care of this? And hence, is it not a conflict of interest? That is the second very important allegation here. Third very important allegation is our real estate investment trust being promoted by the SEBI chairman, where there is again conflict of interest. What is the conflict of interest here? Let me explain this. Mr. Dhaval Buch, who is the husband of Madhuri Buch here, he is appointed as a senior advisor to one of the companies in USA, Blackstone entity. And this particular Blackstone entity has launched two REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust, two REITs in India, and the IPO has been conducted. Now, what is the connection of all of this to the SEBI chairman or the SEBI chairperson here? After becoming SEBI chairperson at multiple avenues, Mrs. Madhuri Buch has been stating that her favorite product right now is REITs. And when the chairperson of regulatory authority says her favorite product is REIT, obviously in the market there will be a lot of interest generated on REIT products. Point number one. Point number two, after becoming the chairperson, one of the very important areas, I hope you understand this statement, one of the very important areas where a lot of work has been done by SEBI, lot of publications have been done by SEBI is Real Estate Investment Trust. Now, to be very fair here, this is one of the very important areas, and there are many other areas where SEBI has taken a lot of important initiatives. But the allegation here is Mr. Dhaval Buch had no prior experience regarding REITs nor regarding any kind of holding investment portfolios in the real estate. So on what basis Blackstone appointed him as a senior advisor? And point number two, once he has become a senior advisor, Mrs. Madhuri Buch has become the chairperson of SEBI, and she starts talking about Real Estate Investment Trust, and it so happened that Blackstone also conducted two IPOs for REITs in Indian market. So is it not basically a conflict of interest wherein your husband is a senior advisor in a company and you're basically promoting such products in the market? And a lot of work done by the authority which you're heading is again focused on real estate investment trust itself. So these are some of the very, very serious allegations that have been done by Hindenburg report, which has been published yesterday. Going forward, there will be a lot of, let's say, clarifications given by Securities Exchange Board of India chairperson, and it has to be provided. Reason being, SEBI is a very important market regulator. And we all have seen when the report was published last year regarding allegations of stock manipulation by Adani, to what extent it had hit the market. How many investors had to lose money in the stock market? Now the allegations have been made regarding the conduct of the chairperson, mind you, chairperson of regulatory authority. So obviously clarifications will be sought, it has to be provided, and the clarifications have to be very, very sound. Otherwise, in the coming days, we might expect furthermore volatility being created in the stock market and the loss of investor confidence regarding the fairness or the competitiveness of Securities Exchange Board of India. So that's it from my side in this video. Keep watching our content. If you like this initiative, hit the like button and provide your valuable comments in the section below. But last, do not forget to hit the subscription button. Thank you. Have a great day.